Hello Perth fitness professionals, welcome to this live webinar or the replay if you're watching this on replay of how to turn your clients into micro influencers for your business. Guys, what I'm going to do is I'll kick off 60 seconds into this video. So as I know most of you are, if you're watching this on delay on YouTube or through social media, just jump through to 60 seconds in on the video here where I will kick things off. In the meantime, I'll just give a moment for those people to join us who are joining us live. Again, in this live webinar, we will be talking about how to turn your clients, your members into micro influencers. Of course, it's a very powerful marketing strategy. We'll just give another 15 seconds, guys, before we kick off for the morning. Guys, if you are watching live, just drop a hello in comments below so I know that you're here. If you do have any questions as we go, I'll either answer those live or on delay. Okay, let's kick things off. Welcome to this webinar. My name is Dan Williams from Range of Motion, and what I want to talk to you about today is how to turn your clients, how to turn your members into micro influencers in your business. This is something that we've just implemented here at Range of Motion, and quite often what I will do is use my business, our facility here, as a test bed for a lot of the strategies that I use with my business mentoring clients through Range of Motion Business Mentoring. So this is something, the strategies today that we initiated 10 weeks ago now. And basically in the months of September, October, we had 84 pieces of content generated by our clients here. So these are not pieces of content that we have created, but content created by our clients. And we'll talk about why that is so beneficial and so powerful as a marketing tool, as a marketing strategy for your business. There are a few benefits of having micro influencers in your business. And of course, the whole influencer ecosystem on social media at the moment is very sort of Kardashian centric, where you're looking for these people who you can pay to thinly endorse your product or service in some respect. But for myself, a lot of the businesses I work with through Range of Motion Business Mentoring, that's not really an option, nor is it applicable to our business. So what we're trying to do is not to create these macro, big, expensive 10 million follower type influencers who can spruik our brand, but instead trying to create these little micro influencers who are people already involved in your business, who know people who are like the sort of people that you're trying to attract. And that's the first real benefit of a micro influencer program like this, is that the people you'd be attracting, or the people who would be seeing this content, match your avatar. We know that they match your avatar because your clients inside your business are your avatar. They are the sort of people that you want more of. So if you have a 55-year-old woman who is part of your business ecosystem, they are going to be friends. Their followers are going to be other 55-year-old women who match that same avatar that they're friends with through their kids' school, or through hockey club, or through however else they know people. So you're automatically going to have some targeted marketing here where 55-year-old Jane is going to be sharing content with other 55-year-old Janes, whereas 24-year-old Tim is going to be sharing content with other 24-year-old Tims. So people will see people like them doing the things that they want to do with the same pain points that they have, and that your business offers them a solution. So being able to target strongly the people that you're trying to target is a huge plus. And also the fact that there's a huge degree of social proof or testimonial here. You can post about people, you can tell client stories on social media, and that's great. But in the end, you have a vested interest in posting about your own business. When one of your clients is posting effectively on your behalf, there's a huge amount of social proof there. You guys, of course, know the importance of good stories and testimonials about your business. This, in my opinion, is the strongest form of testimonial you can have. People going off on their own back and creating this content for you. So before I jump into what our micro-influencer program actually looks like and what I suggest you guys set up in your business, let's talk about how this content can actually be created, because we're effectively here. The whole aim of this is to get your current clients and members sharing their story, their experience, their journey in your business on social media so their friends can see that information. There are a few ways that this content can actually be generated. Firstly, the clients can share content that you create. This is powerful because a lot of the time your clients aren't going to pull their phones out and take selfies or film a couple of reps of their new PB deadlift, whatever it may be. They're not always going to have the presence of mind to do that. So you can create content on their behalf, and I'll extrapolate and explain in a moment how we do that. The other way is that the client is going to generate all the content organically off their own back. Of course, that's a great way to do it, but it's not going to happen as often. So in a perfect world, they take a couple of snaps, take a couple of videos, post that to social media, which of course you then share everywhere because that's that strong testimonial social proof. But what we have found is that people won't actually often do that, but if you provide some content to them, they will claim that as their own and then share that around social media. So there are 3 strategies that we use in this respect, and then I'll talk about how to actually incentivize them to post this. So this is where the business is generating some content, giving that to the client or your members, which they then go and share. The first thing I suggest you do is create some small piece of content. It can just be a short video of them doing a couple of reps. It can be a photo of them doing something, and just post that on Facebook or on Instagram with a bit of a story. Now, if you want to know the format for the story, you're basically trying to create a hero's journey. So if you just do a Google search for hero's journey, it will talk about this typical narrative that most good stories go through. If you want to simplify that a little bit, just make sure all of these client feature stories that you put up have some sort of problem that this client is facing, what you are doing in an effort to help solve this problem, and then how that problem was actually solved and what the resolution is. Alison couldn't do a full depth squat because she had a weakness through her lower body. We biased towards absolute strength work in her training for 12 weeks. She's now able to do a squat with 20 kilos on her back. The problem, what you did, and what that has in the end resulted in. So there's the first thing that you can create, which the client can then share, because them sharing that is just as good as them generating that content in the first place. The second thing you can do is to make use of more short-term strategies like Facebook or Instagram stories. And again, this is where you get the story in there, you make sure you tag them in the stories, and if people share any of those stories that you post, they share that to their stories, which is super easy with the click of a button. If they do those shares, then you're going to be able to also incentivize them to do that, which we'll talk about in a moment. The final thing, and this is a little bit more of a bigger picture one, and this is a strategy we use to some real success here. Every 5 days, I create and capture a whole bunch of content from our clients here working one-on-one with their personal coaches. So this would just be a series of 3 to 6 second, very short little sharp videos, which are great for social media. They go straight onto our Instagram stories. So all of that stuff goes straight onto our IG stories, also onto Facebook stories. Tag them, put a little bit of information, some education or entertainment in there, which they can then share. Now, what we then do is have a folder in Google Drive where every single one of our clients has a folder in there. So let's say I have a folder in there for Jess. Every time I capture these little short 3 to 6 second clips of Jess training, they go onto our social media for the day, but they also go into that folder. And what happens over the space of a couple of years, you've accumulated maybe 30 or 40 of these little clips of Jess, which is then a great way to tell that client's story. Every 12 months, we then create a little highlight video, a training montage for that client. We can put a voiceover talking them through their hero's journey, which becomes a great little feature clip that you can put on social media as well. So that's just a little bonus with some of this content that you can start to generate and create, which can then be shared on. Right, that's the background. Let's talk about how to actually do this. 10 weeks ago, we launched our Share ROM campaign. ROM, of course, range of motion, so share range of motion. And it's a campaign that we launched to incentivize our clients to post on our behalf to get all the benefits that we've just spoken about. Here's how this program works. The year is split up into 2-month blocks. So we went September, October, we're now quarter of the way through November, December. We'll then have Jan, Feb, March, April, and for each of those 2-month blocks of time, we have a choice of 2 prizes on offer. So, last month, or the last 2 months, every time that one of our clients or members shared content on social media by any of the avenues that I've just mentioned, they would get an entry into the draw to win a prize. And they could choose between, and the prizes we had in the last 2 months were a $150 Crown voucher or a $150 pair of no ball training shoes. Those are the 2 options. So it creates a bit of chatter. Oh, I'd definitely go the shoes. No, I want to take my husband out for a nice meal at Nobu at Crown. So a lot of chatter around which one people would go with. So at the end of the 2 months, every time someone shares a story, they get an entry into the draw, and I keep a tally of that. And then we basically have one of those like spinny roulette wheel type things, but a digital version, which has everyone's name in there. So we had 84 different names in there, because obviously some people have more than one entry because they've done more than one share. Spin that and stops on a certain person. That person wins, and that person then gets to choose the Crown voucher or the pair of shoes. This month, because the Crown voucher was chosen last time, this month it's still the pair of shoes or a $150 movie voucher. So people again can choose between maybe something that's a bit more experiential and something that's maybe more of a tangible product. $150 every 2 months this cost us, so basically $75 a month, $900 a year. And if you look at the return on that and the amount of content that is being generated, you look at spending that much on social media ads, I think this is a really good strategy. Not to say that it's going to replace your social media ads, but I'm a big believer that your clients should be coming from multiple different sources, that the more slices of pie you have in terms of client generation, the better. And even if there's just 1 or 2 people who comes in from this, it's going to more than pay for itself. It's great for culture. It's great for celebrating the achievements of people inside your community. Every 2 weeks, we post in our internal Facebook group who's got an entry in the draw. Always posting information about that to stay at front of mind. We have a big sign that we have up here on the wall, which allows us to change what the prizes are for those months with a little QR code to get more information on it. We have suggestions for the type of content that people can share, etc. So it can be a very good strategy, a very powerful strategy, and again, just another piece of the marketing puzzle. So let me summarize how this works. The content is generated either by the business or by the client themselves. If the business is generating the content, yep, use it on your social media. If they share it, they go into the draw as long as they tag your business in it. What I will also do is, even if I'm putting the content up on our Instagram stories, I'll also send all those little clips that I've captured to the person as a private message or as a direct message. So then they can take that and share that to their own stuff as opposed to a repost or a share. Every time they do one of these, they go into the draw to win whatever prize it is that you choose. And of course, you make a prize that's appropriate to your avatar, to your demographic. Every 2 months, you draw this, you put all the information out there, you celebrate it, you have a photo of the person with their little card, a voucher. That person, you get them to take a selfie when they're there enjoying a nice fancy meal at Crown. Just had a comment here on the live webinar from Ben. Would love to see more about the details for your clients. I will show you the poster that we've got on the wall. I don't think we've got a QR code on this one, but this is basically what it looks like. So all of our branding is very sort of blue and a certain look to it, but this is our Share ROM poster here. And you basically see it sticks out from the other sort of branding we have around. Share ROM, the months of November or December, go into the draw to win a pair of no ball trainers or $150 Palace cinema voucher. So that's what that looks like. If you go to the following URL, I'm just giving you guys a moment to grab a pen or open up notes on your phone. I'll give you the URL of where you can find the information that we distribute to our clients. It is rangeofmotion.net.au/share-ROM, and that will give you the information there. So yeah, just a bit of the background on what we are doing to promote that, because obviously this needs to be marketed to your clients as well. You can do that through social media campaigns. I found a lot of success for things like internal referral programs, campaigns like what I've just spoken about, upcoming events. Create a website custom audience through Facebook. That website custom audience basically allows you to drop the email addresses of all of your clients into it, and it generates an audience just of them. So you can then show advertising internal in the business, which will allow you to market to your people. So obviously we're often very fixated on marketing externally to people outside our business, but I think internal business to client marketing can be useful for this as well. Again, you have this in place, but if people don't know about it, it's useless. The same as a good referral reward program as well, which I've spoken about in the past. Okay, guys, any questions, hit me up, dan@rangeofmotion.net.au. If I can help your business out in any way, or you'd just like to have a chat about it, that email again, dan@rangeofmotion.net.au, is a good place to start, and we can open a discussion there. Thanks, guys, to everyone who joined us live, those who are watching this on delay. I hope for everyone there is some value and some benefit in this. It is something that I have struggled to get off the ground and work out exactly how this works. Something that I do personally in my business, and something that I do with the businesses that I work with in the fitness space, the people that I mentor in this space. We basically do like a fitness business self-assessment, which has got a whole series of questions to identify strengths and weaknesses of the business. This, for my business, for Range of Motion, has been one of the lowest scores in my self-assessment over the last 2 years. But with the success of this over the last 10 weeks, there has been a whole bunch of benefit, and the score will definitely be increasing, and I'm now implementing this in a lot of the businesses that I mentor as well. Thanks very much, guys. Again, hope there's some value. dan@rangeofmotion.net.au if I can help you guys out in any way, and I will speak again soon. See you later.